Hello, everyone. Welcome to my very special interview with these two smashing individuals. You know them and love them from HGTV and Design to Sell and Design Star. Well, they are back, baby, and they have a brand new series streaming on Fireside called House Arrest. So welcome to Lisa LaPorta and Clive Pearse.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. I am so excited to have you guys here today and learn all about your new series. I've watched one episode online and it just looks so cool. So tell me all about House Arrest.
Clivey.
All right. Well, we're super excited for many reasons. First of all, for those that know us and have watched our shows over the years, for LaPorta and I to be back is a bit of a thrill, wouldn't you say, dear?
Absolutely.
And so we've always wanted to work together again. And we've looked for various projects. We've thought about various projects. And this show that we'll tell you about is exactly right for us. So it's on Mark Cuban's digital platform called Fireside, which is super modern, super interactive, super futuristic.
Yep.
Because it's live, which we absolutely love. Although it's easier to be a live host, Graison, than it is to be a live designer. That's where Lisa comes in.
Well, it's easy for Clive to be a live host because it's what he does best. But it's not so easy to be a designer on a live show, trying to make over a room on camera while people are watching and chiming in. So everybody is talking about this new platform called Fireside, and what does it really mean? It's basically like watching a show that you would watch on HGTV, witnessing a makeover, except instead of the makeover having transpired over a month perhaps and edited down to a 30-minute episode, we are actually live for every minute of 30 minutes together, having fun, hilarity ensues, moving furniture around, trying to give a little bit of a makeover to a space and show what you can do with just 30 minutes, a little gusto, and a little bit of money. That's it.
That is such a fantastic concept. Who created this concept? Was it the two of you sort of brainstorming together, or?
Well, we were approached by our old HGTV network boss, who's now at Fireside. And the great thing about Fireside is every single show is live. So when he spoke to me and said, you know, we want you to come on and do a design show, that was the first thought, is what do you do in 30 minutes? We're not David Copperfield.
Right.
Lisa's pretty close, but what can you do in 30 minutes? So it came about that if we get the right planning, if we get the right guests, if we get what Lisa's comfortable with, people love to see a quick makeover. They love a before and after. We just happen to be doing it live in front of them. Whatever goes wrong, goes wrong. Whatever goes right, goes right. So 3 episodes down, we have a new episode on Thursday, and they're looking good.
And frankly, people love seeing Clive and I together, and people have been wondering where we've been. We haven't gone anywhere. We're best pals. We're always together in the LA area, having dinner, cooking dinner.
Discussing design.
Yes.
Discussing design and drinking martinis, shall we say.
Yep.
So this just gives us an opportunity to not only impart some design, give some design tips, and show a quickie little room makeover, but also to meet some fun, interesting people, go into their homes, take over their homes for a half an hour, ask them anything we want about their lives, peek into their closets and get to know them a little bit. And we've had some really fun guests, and we have a whole slew of more interesting guests coming. So it's kind of a perfect combo. It's not just a straight up design show. It's not a podcast. It's a live interactive show. And while we're in a space making over a room, you can chime in and ask us questions, or say, Lisa, open the refrigerator. I want to see if there's slobs, or, you can ask anything while we're in the midst of it. So that has never been done before.
And also our guests have a chance to actually physically pop up on video chats. I mean, we're looking into your home as well. And it's the most interactive a design show, a makeover show has ever been. We called it house arrest because, of course, we've all been under lockdown and we felt like that, but it's time to open up the doors, open up the windows. And it was 30-minute makeovers, but Lisa wisely has changed it to 30-minute takeovers because that's what she's doing to their homes.
After the first episode, it felt like a more apt title because we kind of just came in and commandeered the house. Clive, are you having your tea?
Cheers. I've got mine in my George Michael mug.
Oh,
of course. It's interesting, you know, on HGTV, and we were on together for 10 years, and our Design to Sell show, I think we counted 150 episodes that we did.
Wow.
A very happy show, a very successful show, and it's a good show because if you watch it, it's 24 minutes with commercials out of 30, and a great start and a great finish. But people always say, how long does a half-hour makeover show really take? And the answer is 3 weeks. And we were often on 3 episodes simultaneously. I often used to turn up to the wrong home, but didn't seem to matter.
it's true.
I did.
I juggling so many projects at once. He would go to the wrong house on the wrong day.
They were very close together. It wasn't the gin, but I did go to one home and knocked on the door, and they're like, no, we sold this last week. You did that episode. So
sorry,
3 weeks normally for a half-an-hour show by the time you've done a decent makeover. But I mean, this is wonderful to see what Mrs. LaPorta can pull off with her bag of tricks in such a short period of time. Also, our guests are celebrity guests or very creative people, which is something new with a twist that we wanted to do, because a platform like Fireside, it encourages creators, people who are creative with a message. So that's been fun, and full marks to the celebs so far to let us come in, prod, probe, and examine their homes.
Right.
Our first episode was the wonderful actress Carolyn Lawrence, who is Sandy Cheeks on SpongeBob.
Right.
So she was our first episode, and then we had William Stanford Davis, who's on the #1 show on TV right now, which is Abbott Elementary, which is such a great show. Just got renewed. Then we had James Hyde, who's a big soap star from Passions. And shall I mention this Thursday?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
We're just going to head down the road from where I live. My pal and neighbor, Paul Feig, who's a famous director, writer, actor. He did Bridesmaids, a lot of great movies. He's doing a trilogy of movies in London at the moment, but he's home for a few days. And we're going to head over to Paul Feig's house this Thursday on Fireside, 5 o'clock live. And Lisa, do you know what you're going to do?
I do. That's the good part. I do have some things in store in my back pocket.
What are you doing? What room are you doing?
It's his guest house. He has like a little sort of studio suite with a bar on the back of the property. And he is a whiz cocktail maker. And he does also podcasts or Instagrams from his bar making cocktails. So we're going to combine this episode and do a quickie little makeover of the space, which feels a little bit unused or unusable. And we're going to sip cocktails.
Well, he did direct an episode or two, I believe, of Mad Men, so he should be good with the cocktails.
Yes, exactly. Actually, he's got his own line of gin, which I'm a little jealous of because I should. And he's got a beautiful gin. I'll pull out a bottle in a minute. It's called Arting Stalls. It's a wonderful gin. And of course, he has a cocktail book coming out. So there might be a surprise cocktail in the episode, but he's great fun, great energy. And yeah, he's got the bar set up, and then this area in front, which needs to feel like you want to sit there and sip cocktails. So we will at the end. It needs to be fit for a celebrity to drop by.
Right.
I'm frankly,
what happens to him all the time.
I'm going to be a little starstruck. You know, a lot of the homeowners that we've had on the show are from Clive's Rolodex of neighborhood pals. Right. And Clive has the most interesting, eclectic group of neighbors and friends that he's known for years. And so Clive's just been dialing up friends and saying, come on and be an episode. And so it's been really fun for me because I'm starstruck by each of, James Hyde episode. I don't know if you remember him from the show Passions, but I used to watch that show. And
Yeah.
he's so handsome and so hunky in person. It was just so bizarre to be with him. I get really super starstruck. So
you're just
quivering.
Yes, I was quivering.
I love that. We'll have to find some celebrity homes out here for you in Palm Springs.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of celebrities that have second homes here. So that would be really fun.
Would love it. I had a house in Palm Springs for 10 years. I love the desert, know it well. I'm an ex-dweller of the desert. And that would be fun, actually, to go down and do a few episodes. Well, you know a lot of people, Lady Foster.
Yes. I will go through my Rolodex and see what I can drum up for you guys, so we can do some behind the scenes stuff. That'd be really fun.
I've got to say, the whole energy of the show is fun. I mean, it's just before you do it, it's that thrill of live, which is what I come from in my world, my career. And it's what will go right, what will go wrong. And just before you do, I mean, as well from your career, you think sometimes, what am I doing, putting myself in this position that I'm about to stand there and do a live thing? Right. But you either treat it as terrifying or great fun. And it's always, we just love it. And I think that energy comes through, and the feedback that we're getting from House Arrest is phenomenal, because people are actually joining in, interactive on the show, but also those who are watching live or watching in replay just feel that energy. So it's never been done before, as we say, and it's a lot of fun.
Technology is amazing what can happen. It's also a little scary too, because the people who are calling in, you don't know what they're going to say. I mean, that's catching you right off guard there.
It's a little dangerous.
Yeah. I could ask you anything and you could go, we're not talking about that or whatever.
We can handle it. We can handle it. I did a show a long time ago in England. I'm from England, by the way. And
in case you didn't notice.
Yes. And I did a live call-in show, like a sort of VJ show for 5 years, 5 days a week. So I've had most scenarios that could come up and handled them. So I'm trained to handle whatever comes in on House Arrest. But mostly, so far, everyone's great.
That's so awesome. Lisa, I did have some questions come into me on my Instagram and also my YouTube, because I promoted today's interview. So one of the questions was, what is the big color trend that you're seeing, or is there a color trend right now?
It's everybody asks that. So there are trend guides, color councils who decide what the color forecast of the next year will be. And it's based on everything from social, economic to, pop culture. In general, what am I seeing? People still love their white kitchens, their gray kitchens. I'm getting a lot of clients who want whatever kitchen they had to be gone with color. They want white, white, white. Frankly, I'm getting a little bored of it, but of the white kitchen. No offense, Clive, all in his white kitchen.
This is a LaPorta kitchen. Lisa did my kitchen. So this is the LaPorta kitchen.
There's a real hunger for just neutral. And the era of the red dining room and the sage walls has gone away. So I design for my clients' preferences. I give them what they want. And if they want white spaces, they can have them.
Yeah.
I like to make everybody happy. And I personally live in white walls, neutral spaces, very much similar to your living room. I don't like to live with a lot of color because I design in color, and that's what I do for a living. So I like a neutral backdrop for myself.
Are you seeing open concept still being popular, or are people wanting more of actual room division now? Is that, what do you see trending?
Yeah, I see both. people that live in older homes want open concepts. People that live in newer homes with an open concept complain about the fact that when they're cooking Thanksgiving dinner in their kitchen, everybody congregates around the island and doesn't give them any space to do their cooking. So I hear the pros and cons, and it seems like whatever you have, you notice what you don't have. It's funny to me. But I think open space concepts are not going anywhere. I think it suits lifestyle better. You know, formal living rooms have gone by the wayside.
Thank God.
It's all about the great room. Everybody wants that big open space that the whole family can live in. But it also, you know, it doesn't allow for a lot of privacy for people working at home, for people, you know, when kids are doing homework at the kitchen table, TV can't be on, cooking in the kitchen is distracting. I mean, there's a lot of negatives to it as well.
Back to your House Arrest show. So these makeovers that you're doing, are you having contact with your guests prior to shooting to get some ideas to go?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. That's a good question. For us to just show up and see the room blindly and just let, you know, anything happen wouldn't necessarily work. Now, the first episode, I had never visited the house. I saw a picture of the living room and the kitchen, and that's it.
Okay.
And I was walked into the house cold and got to just come up with concepts of what to do. And
I should probably add here that Carolyn had always wanted to meet Carolyn Lawrence, Sandy Cheeks, SpongeBob, had always wanted to meet Lisa, had always wanted to, she was a fan, she wanted to get Lisa over to her house. So we just thought it was organic, authentic, and fun that they do not meet until we knock on the front door. And we've done a lot of knock on the front doors on makeover shows, and we've met you before. You can spot them. So this was a really, if you watch it back on our YouTube channel, it's a lovely moment. She was so excited to meet Lisa.
And we ended up giving design tips and moving furniture around, which worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
But we learned from that episode that a little pre-planning to get some key furniture items or accessories in place is all that it takes. And then the actual setup of the room happens when we ambush and take over the house in 30 minutes.
Also, the guests and the upcoming guests, I mean, everybody, whether you are a celebrity living in a larger house, or everyone has an area in their house that's a problem. Everyone has a question about whether it's the office, whether it's going to be Paul Feig's bar area. So everybody that I've approached that I know said, yes, I don't know what to do about this, this, and this. Yeah. So I don't want to give too much away, but some of the upcoming episodes that we're scheduling,
okay,
I won't use full names. So Adele, we'll call her, has a problem with an area in her home, and every single person, I mean, I have areas that if I turn this around, I need Lisa to come over and fix this as well. So there's always an issue that needs fixing. You always need a little bit of LaPorta.
Right. I love it. I was going to ask you as well, what do you think is the biggest bang for your buck to make over? Let's say you're going to sell your house. That was a question from my Instagram. Where do you think the biggest ROI, the return on investment is going to come? Is it from your kitchen? Is it from doing your great room? Is it from doing your bedroom? What's your opinion?
It depends on the situation. You have to be objective and look at your own home and look at what's looking shabby and fix it. So if your kitchen's old, tend to the kitchen. But curb appeal kitchens and bathrooms, that still sells homes. So sprucing up the exterior with just some pots of flowers and clearing away debris and junk, and a good cleanup outside is as important as what you can do inside. But everybody wants a new kitchen, don't they?
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah.
I think one of the things we learned on Design to Sell, certainly I did, is you're sometimes so close to your problems in the house. If you are, for example, about to sell, you're so close to it that you don't see it, and you do need a blunt neighbor, a blunt friend, a blunt realtor, which is not easy if you're a realtor.
Yeah.
But we had a very blunt realtor on our show, Donna Freeman, who was legendary in her bluntness. But you need someone to actually criticize.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very good at that. People
Well,
don't always take my advice, but I can walk into a room and say, that's got to go, that's got to go, that, because I'm not a clutter person.
I can tell from your home, from the background, it looks beautiful.
So I imagine that you're very diplomatic and very good at it, Graison, but how do you do it, and what reactions do you get?
It's a challenge. I mean, you know, people are very attached to their things. So my thing that I like to say is, once you decide to sell your home, it's no longer yours, believe it or not.
Yep.
So you have to step back and put on the buyer's hat and say, okay, if a buyer is coming into my home, what do they want to see? They don't want to see the spoon collection, the kids' artwork on the fridge. They don't want to see any personal pictures, because they need to imagine themselves in that home and in that space.
Yep.
So as hard as that is, it's time to go to Lowe's, get the plastic buckets, and start putting it all away. And it's hard.
Yeah, that's the advice that we've been giving for years. It really takes that objectivity, and it's about money. I think, though, people have gotten savvier to what you can do to sell, because of all of the onslaught of shows on HGTV and all the different networks. People, you know, open houses on the market today are a lot different than they were when we started Design to Sell 20 years ago.
Yeah. Amazing. I can't believe you two have been together for 20 years.
I actually think next year, I think next year is our 20th anniversary that we started doing the show. I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure it was 2003.
Wow. We need to have a party or something?
Yes.
I think so. A reason to have a party. Another party.
A reason to make cocktails with gin that Clive needs to have his name on.
Yes, yes, exactly.
This is awesome, you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so, this was another question I wanted answered. Is it better, especially here in California, is it better to have real grass or artificial turf?
Ooh, I have strong views, but go, Lisa.
Okay.
Well, it's funny you say that, Clive, because people have strong views. I love the artificial turf.
Me too.
It is not cheap. It is expensive. And the more you spend, the better it looks. So if you're going to bite the bullet, just do it. Spend the money and get the good stuff. Okay. It's so practical. It's so practical. Clive, what are your opinions on this?
You're
going to discuss this together.
I have strong views on everything, whether it's cocktail olives, artificial grass, anything. I'm all for conservation. So I'm all for the planet. I'm all for everyone doing their bit. Every time I walk on this artificial grass, I feel like I'm wearing a tight turtleneck sweater or something. It bothers me. And I like to see, a friend of mine in Burbank took everything out that needed watering and did the sort of desert look, the pebbles, which I think to me looks good.
Yes.
If I step on artificial grass, I just feel acrylic-y or plasticky, and I know it's expensive. So people like it. Bearing in mind, I come from a country where it rains all the time. And when I first moved to LA, I would phone my friends in London and say, I'm having a system put in that squirts water onto the lawn and a machine on top of my house that makes my house cold, because it's totally the opposite. We're always trying to stay warm in London, and it constantly rains. So those were two things that tickled me. But to have this fake grass, I mean, it's not my thing.
My dog loves it.
Oh yeah, and it's easy to keep clean because you can just wash it off.
Right.
I know, and they're not marking it, and I know. I agree with both viewpoints because I don't like walking on it, but I love to look at it.
Yeah.
It's always pretty and clean, and I like that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
No,
All right. Do you guys have any final thoughts for our viewers about your show, about what's happening, what's coming up? How do they even find Fireside? Let's explain that. It's just downloading the app, right?
That's a great question. Yes, and it's a little tricky, we must admit. But go to the Fireside app.
Okay.
There's an icon which I can show you.
it's a very cool icon.
It's a very cool icon. But you have to be invited. Like there it is. Yeah.
And you have to fill out some questions.
That's changing, I understand. It's going to be, it's by invitation, or it's by filling out a few questions at the moment, but it's going to be open for all very soon.
Okay, good. Because I was like, come on, let me in. I want in.
Yeah. I must say, once you're in, to have on your phone, your tablet, and don't forget, you can via AirPlay. I'm not very good at this, but I understand that via AirPlay, you can ping it to your television screen. So it's, people are watching on all sorts of devices. It's a whole world of live entertainment. Melissa Rivers has a great show on Fireside. She's fantastic. There's a lot there. Jay Leno, there's a lot of interesting people and new creators. And I think Graison Foster should be on Fireside, if you ask me.
I agree. I think
we need you. But you can, once you sign up, once you have the app, you will get notifications. You follow Lisa, you follow me, you will get notifications of when our next show is coming up live. Once the show has aired live, it lives on the platform and it's there forever. So the episodes are there at the moment. But also then we have it on our YouTube channel. So anyone can on YouTube find Clive and Lisa and watch episodes that way.
Yeah, if you're having any trouble getting on the app or signing up, just go to the YouTube channel, Clive and Lisa, and you can watch all the episodes in replay.
But it's fun.
You can contact us that way too.
It's fun to think that people are joining us live. And I just wanted to say as well, we have been so fortunate over the years on HGTV, because the audience on that channel, I so had no idea when I started on that channel. It is so loyal and so huge and so avid in its viewership. I mean, every day we will meet people who enjoyed the show. And so to our fans, thank you so much for sticking with us, for finding us, and on social media now they're finding us on Fireside. But they're a loyal bunch and they're a fun bunch. And I have many amusing conversations with people who think I might know what they should do with their design ideas. But
awesome.
I always answer confidently, even though I know nothing. But they're a great lot.
They just want to be in your presence, Clive. That's all they want.
We all do.
Let me give your Instagram. They're going to be up on the lower third. But Clive, you are at Clive Pearse.
At Clive Pearse, yeah.
And Lisa, you are at Lisa LaPorta, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. And then YouTube, Fireside, Instagram. What else?
Facebook.
Yeah, I'm so
spread the word. It's a lot of fun, and come with us on this journey, because we've got some great surprise guests coming up. We've done some superb episodes. Thursday is going to be great. It's going to be a real fun episode with alcohol, and
as they should all be.
I've got some surprises up my sleeve. I've been rummaging in my contacts, so you never know who's going to show up.
I love that. Well, I cannot thank you both enough for joining me today. I know how busy you both are, so I do appreciate your time. And I cannot wait to see you both in person.
Come and join us. Come and join us on the set.
I will. I'm going to
invite us there. We would love to do a house arrest in Palm Springs.
Okay. I am going to get out my phone and start finding people right now.
Would you like to be an episode?
Potentially, yeah. I mean,
I'm looking at your home and I don't think you could be an episode. It looks
there's a whole thing. There's an upstairs to this house. Don't even go there. It looks like, I don't know. I've probably got dead whatever up there. I don't even know. It's just
we
so
love
fun.
It.
It's awful.
We love a good before.
It's awful. I've got so much crap. But George Michael needs to meet you guys in person.
Yes.
Thank you guys. Well, enjoy your day. And
you.
House
You
Arrest on
too.
Fireside, I am avidly watching, and so should everybody else be.
Thank you for having us on, and to all the people watching who are going to join us, thank you, and we'll see you on Fireside.